I don't mean, if you take, for example, Suntory Beaumont, they have lots of blends, but they only have 3 distilleries, Auchentoshan, Beaumont and Glengarry. If you take William Grant, big blenders, Grant stand fast, they only have 3 distilleries, Glenfiddich, Balvenie and Kinninvie. They've got thousands of, no, they've got a lot of blends. How do they get the single malt for the blend? Well, first of all, a blend is made up with grain whisky, about 70% grain, and the remaining 30% is made up of a marriage of malts, a vatting of different malts. So, take William Grant, for example. He's doing a blend, and he'll probably use about 18 to 20 different single malts in his 30% recipe, you understand? So, how does he do it? Well, he'll talk to Diageo and he'll say, I'll give you so many casks of Glenfiddich, I'll give you so many casks of Balvenie, I'll give you so many casks of Kinninvie. Now you give me a little bit of Lagavulin, give me some Linkwood, give me some Glen Elgin, give me some Talisker. So they're swapping all the time. And then they'll talk to Johnny Walker. Yeah, Johnny Walker.
That's the other.
No, sorry, I'll talk to Chivas Regal, Strathila and Glenlivet and all these companies. So all these companies are swapping all the time, right? No money changes hands. Each whiskey has a value. It's like a soccer league. You've got the top teams and the teams in the second division, the teams in the third division. For example, Macallan, in blenders terms, is a second division. It's not rated highly at all. Look at Macallan down there in the old sherry cask. It's not particularly good. I told you earlier we had Macallan in some casks. I put into Zinfandel. So these guys are swapping furiously. Now it's a cartel, you understand? You must, let's say you're taking from me, let's say you're Johnny Walker, and you're giving me Lagavulin and you're taking my Glenlivet. We all agree, all us guys, that is for blending purposes only. That's the Holy Grail. So what do? Right, we all value the whiskey and we agree 63.5. Let's do it 63.5 because it's a blend. It'll be 5.
Yeah, you said that they've already agreed to that.
Yeah, so it's done. Now, what happens is, how do I get the casks? Well, sales guys are forever optimistic. And they say, how much are you going to sell in the next 5 years? Well, you know, China's coming on. We'll see a 10% increase in China. Taiwan's coming on by 15, Germany's coming on by 12, Denmark's rising by 5, so we need a total increase in production of 33% to meet the market in 5 or 10 years' time. They're always optimistic, overly so. So the distillers start pumping it out, start buying stocks from each other in anticipation of the great sales rush. And a lot of times it doesn't happen. For example, in 1973. So all you guys have got whiskey lying in your warehouse, which you bought for blending, and now it's getting older and older. So it doesn't fit into the blend recipe anymore. It's too old. You can't put this into a bloody 5.
Maybe too good. Yeah, too good.
Too good, so what they do is then, they never tell it. They will contact this guy here. Now he's a whiskey broker, and he's like a Chinaman. He never speaks. So they will sell to him. They will phone him and say, hey buddy, it's the guy from Beaumont here. I've got a nice parcel of casks. Are you interested in buying? He says, yeah, no problem. Then he will contact me and say, hey Jim, got some nice Glenlivet there. Are you interested? Sure. What, can you send me a sample? Send me a sample, tell me about the price, and then I like it, I'll buy it. For example, like the grain we tasted last night.
Yeah, I was going to ask you now, who makes the grain whiskey?
There's 6 big distilleries. They are like huge factories.
And they just sell it out by the barrel. It's very uniform. It's very consistent.
Very uniform.
Yeah.
And vendors buy it in huge quantities.
Yeah, they just buy it in huge
Get your
quantities.
hands down there.
13.
So, China, none of these guys know which one. It could be any of them. You know what's sold up to the Chinaman, the blinder. He will then sell it to me. But I'm quite lucky because I know a lot of the old chief blenders from my days as a blender. And they will phone me. I got a phone call today from one of the large companies. And he says, a lovely parcel. I discovered a lovely parcel of old Bruichladdich, which we bought for blending.
Oh, you get it back.
Are you interested in taking it back? Yeah. I said, no, I'm really interested. So that's how I come to get this. That's how we
Went
tried
round
last
trip.
night.
Yeah.
What did we try last night? What was the first whiskey? We all threw out.
Last
Banana.
night.
Tinich.
We drank the Tinich.
I mean, that's designed for Johnny Walker.
Hmm?
You know, so we got, so that's how it works.